easy. I know we need a lot of wisdom.
Wow.
A lot of wisdom. And then above all, the God factor should also be very present in the marriage. And you can move to the level that you expect. Yes, idea, a little thing, for a lot of people, probably, they had issues with marriage and all that, But they find out what was the issue. If you want to make very petty, and maybe be a year serious, yeah. So be a question by man so break your mind and I say Obani break your mind. No. I so be few more so compare mommy asem.
Oh.
Compare papa asem.
It's sad, yeah.
Me banu kra no say your name me banu you feel me pe. Some of these petty things. Be ho na. Yeah. So and yet be and most of the time the breakups, separation and other things in the back. They're minor things. So if you don't have wisdom, you don't have knowledge and the know-how about how to deal with some of these things, don't say the big to every enough there. And there are people who used to be very close now, they're not there all of a sudden. We'll be able to say the whom you're going. So then I may say,
Amen. Oh, yɛda Awurade ase paa, yɛda Awurade ase na yɛgusu ɛsrɛ Onyankopɔn adom sɛ ɛnkɔ so a ɛntɔ marriage yi so na 12 years no yɛnya years ni bebree ɛma mɛka ho ɛyɛ me nso so a mete ha nso so no I tap into the spirit.
Amen.
Ay, ɛnyɛ easy. With God on our side, stop it.
So you just have to open up, say, because you are not people brought up in the same home. In a way. But when it comes, you should be prepared to let go. Like I said. So you'll be 5 years, not to 10 years. Because mostly, like you said, Bema, only the year or not be big to be and was saying, and none of the Memma pepper cracker, or the air be so rats and Memma pepper. So, Obaa here from so on Beman their channel. Normally, I just say you find a few men now, let us all train ceremony idea. And remember, I say, with them. But women have that tendency to remember things that have happened. Even, I don't know, it's but also be by a product. And some go to the extent of even documenting.
Lucky me.
13th March 1922. Baby I want to die. One man or coffee. If you lose a bad one man or kind or kind of one
fast,
Oh, yeah, yes, 4 years, penny.
And then celebrate here.
So you should be ready to forgive each other. You should have an open mind, open spirit, so that you can accommodate each other, the weaknesses of each other, and then instead of highlighting the weakness of each other, you strengthen yourselves with the strength of each person. You highlight that one more, so that the strength will overshadow the weaknesses, so that more often, you only concentrate on the strength. If you want to concentrate on the weaknesses, you struggle in the marriage. Struggle in the marriage because every human being has weaknesses. Every human being. Sometimes you can't weaknesses are. A lot of people think say, maybe I'll and I say, weakness. No. That's one on the screen case. Weakness is maybe you say, let me do on page. It's one of the weaknesses. You see, only know but not for the rest of your life. Only pan page I open
Over for zero.
into no so for senior so and I
Yes,
before anyway. So what you have to do is that you have to oh yeah and kaka crocro when they did diamond and then you maybe I at the cry and favorite I was and then you talk I did bro. You know you are motivating the person like one couple the lady was so fat and it was a bother to the man.
Okay.
So man said your said the weight next year any idea yeah but things all counts one can year you disturb the self-image of the woman. If you want to motivate the person to do it, what this man was doing was that Obuano Emmanuel press ups, push ups, other things. Best set target. Put me do 20 year, 20 Ghana.
Wow.
Put me do 30 year, 30 Ghana.
Hey.
It won't mean your crowd or
he was
doing that over a period. Then within a very short time, they achieved the target.
Wow.
But for catcher and so Obaa, baby, be for waiting no one.
Yeah, be found
Uncle was there, what stir up a certain kind of rebellion in the person.
Yeah.
And moreover, because of the way you said it, one money pan self-image. You see, you grandpa or
spend your way na.
Me kunu class my casket and time this is.
Yes, I can now kasano kra.
So how you go about it, and the best so be activity and I say all those things mean a boama our entry ko nenuma no make me external fancy.
Wow. So obviously hon komo na egusu di no. Niya. And the topic na kasa kwa de yemba so ye 12 years ne hon komo na egusu di no. Ye be shada abe kan no bibia you understand and I was like Pepe. Yeah. All right, if you just joined, this is Karis TV. Mawarie, Jimeji, so and now when ni any was so egusu no. Say in sembi and I say bia bibia pese de ba suggestion bia na contribution bia is throw your number no 0247 907930. Miss SCBM 0247 907930. But the buy your back in kind at the amount. Come on. Name Tanya wo share me paucho. Just share the link to your friends, your family members, everyone. Say almost also and share my worry. Na you be idea just as we always do. Papa, any topic yes, the role of a husband.
Okay.
The role of a husband. Say if you do me a new year, our real what you say you have to have a big heart, everything big. You have to accommodate everything. Senya little offenses near affect marriage, Role of a husband, man, yes, na steady, man na steady. Na before see be who steady, why any husband,
That's a very good question. One of the challenges marriages face is that marriage as an institution is made up of rules and responsibilities, duties. Okay, so the husband, the wife, they have their own roles that also play in the marriage. Because in every organized institution, the roles that people play, determine whether the institution is going to achieve their goals or not. And marriage as an institution, the husband and the wife have their own roles to play. Now, socially, the husband is defined as the male partner in the marriage, the male partner. Now, socially, that is how the society defines it, the male partner in the marriage. So it means that when two women are married, one is normally a husband, the other person is the wife. Until they will play the role of the male in that relationship, is the husband. So it does not clearly define who a husband is. And then moreover too, say yes, another definition, husband. Someone psychologists define a husband as a house band. House band.
House band.
It means you say yeah, you will be a friend of I say band.
Yeah.
The band is what binds the family together.
Mm-hmm.
So the husband has the responsibility of binding a family together. So the one who binds the family together is the husband. So that's also, if you want to bring up a criticism about that, then it means that if the man in the marriage, is not able to
bind the family together,
then he's not a husband.
The husband.
Okay, so a lot of criticism is to be pure. Now, biblically, the man, every man in a social agreement with a woman in terms of marriage, is supposed to be a husband.
Okay.
And the Bema and your Obaa our room, and the Bema is supposed to be a husband. And the role of the husband now, also to me, most of them are to me 8 years. And then some of the qualities since we are double bottom, we should be able to possess at least majority of them. Then he can play his role as a husband. So the head of the family, being the man, is supposed to be husband in the marriage. Okay. So does it mean say the one in the year or your husband as we go on would get to know? So every woman who agrees to marry any man is prepared to understand and accept the fact that I am going to be your wife and you are going to be my husband. Now let's try to understand it from the biblical point of view. In 1 Corinthians chapter 11, 1 Corinthians, because we are going to be talking about Christian marriage, so we'll do a lot of scriptures today. So the bear I with me, I say, the median in free Christian. And yet we are still there. We are Christopher, a free Christian one. I say Abemo. So 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. 1 Corinthians 11, verse 3. Okay. I'll say. Oh, my main that's it. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ. Now we all agree, say, Bema be any Christo. Say, would you Christo dear? Okay. Now I don't know Obaa in this city. Say the man is the head of the man is Christ, and the Obaa. Now it goes on further to say, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. So when you look at the order, it means God comes first, then Christ comes, then the man, then the woman. Because the head of the woman is the man, according to the scripture. Now, when you go to your workplace, the one who is your head, is your boss, right? Yeah. The one who is the head in your unit, or your boss, or your master. Yeah. So the word husband, translated from the Greek word, means master. So the head equals master. Okay. So the wife is supposed to submit to the head. So it means that the master in the relationship is the husband. Okay. Now, the husband here, being the master, means I try to relate it, say the better see because that's a human uncle, a boss, so the master, the supervisor in the marriage is supposed to be the husband. So the man who supervises the marriage and makes sure say the marriage go in the right direction is the husband. So the husband has that duty of making sure. That is why another psychologist said he is the husband. Okay, husband. So he's supposed to bind the family together.
Yeah.
He's supposed to lead. He's supposed to guide. So that is the role of, and I say the clear definition, the head of the family is the husband. And you know, obi or your husband, you know, or your a head, or your three, and you know, for a start, you know, that is what I'll say. The husband is the master in the
house.
you know, when you go to these women advocacy and all that, you know, they say what the man can do, the woman can do better.
Yeah, and do
You
better.
know that is not true. That is not biblically right. I'm call Beijing conference, no. I'm say I'm gender equality. You know, the wife and the husband, you know, that is not biblically correct. So the husband is the head over the woman. Now, people would argue and disagree and all that, but we are talking about scripture here.
Yeah.
So people have their own opinions about what about if the woman is the one who pays the bills?
Yeah, who provides
everything.
The
one who provides food in the house, and whether the woman provides food in the house or not. The woman
is not the husband.
No.
And cannot be the husband.
The woman can never be the husband. Oh yeah, when I have vice president, and Kunadu, you know, there are some politicians. Maybe another Kunadu, Obaa. You know,
Obaa, so no, now by back, so Onya baby say, no, no, so didn't quite baby. So she thinks
whether you when I didn't share baby,
you are not the husband.
You can never be the husband. So the head of the family is the husband, the man in the family, and whatever the woman is able to do, whatever the woman is able to achieve, you know, is supposed to help with the man. Like I say, I'll say boy, the man, no, the news for and I say direction and all that. And, you know, in the institution of God, no, I mean any swadi no. But there are two roles, and I say two assignments in every institution of God. Okay, Nankupon, I give you a two parts in the womb. One is the head, and the other one is the one who submits.
Okay.
Anytime there's a head, there should be somebody submitting. Okay. So one is the head, the other person submitting is supposed to submit. Now, when the one who is supposed to submit now starts seeing herself, I also be the head, there will be confusion. What you say?
Yeah,
that is
because
why
two masters can't be in an
never,
institution.
Never. You cannot have two bosses at the same place. There will be disorder.
Even
Maybe,
you can't serve two masters in the same institution. You will even be confused.
Exactly. So, there should be only one master. There be out there. Oko, sorry. Be two general overseers. There's confusion. Oko, sorry, not
because who you are doing
means me a general overseer. We say means me a general overseer. Then whose instruction do you follow?
Yeah.
What you say? There will be disorder. Oko, we say me a managing director. Now another person so arising means me a managing director. There will be disorder. And you know, everywhere God is not an author of confusion. No. So baby there should be orderly. Yeah. And that is why somebody is supposed to lead for the other person to submit to. And you know, that is how it is in marriage. In marriage, you know, the man is supposed to lead or is supposed to be the head, and the woman is supposed to
submit.
So a lot of people think the woman is supposed to be the neck. So if the man is the head,
then the woman is the neck.
And you know, once the man is the head, the woman is the neck. You know, it means that the role of the neck is also very important. Because it is the neck that supports the head.
The head.
So if the neck is not supporting the head,
the head is
hanging. You see, so the neck is supposed to support the head, while the head performs its roles and duties. And you see, comparing the two, no, the neck also bears a lot of the weight of the head. What you say?
Yeah.
So that is where the support comes in.
Okay.
Or where the help comes in. So every woman is supposed to help the man. So the man is leading, and then the other side is also either supporting or helping. So the leader in the marriage, the leader in the relationship is supposed to be the husband. Okay.
Wow. Wow. So please, let's get this right and let's get this straight. A man, mo tia wariasi a mo de mo metis ne mo men so mo doing say you are husbands in the marriage. You know, it is wrong.
Obaa husband.
No, it is wrong. So please, bro, wants to submit. You are a helpmeet, own your husband. You can never be the husband. So please, let's learn something here today. All right. Then, Papa, let's see. To say who said the man, the husband is the master of the family, and I say in the house, in the marriage. What actually qualifies somebody to be a husband?
What qualifies a person to be a husband? Okay, that's a very good question. Also, to be a husband, you cannot be a master or a leader if you are not matured. So the first thing is that you should be matured. You should be matured both physically, both socially, emotionally, all the aspects of maturity. I think we spoke about that a few months back. You should be matured. Physically, you should be matured. Physically, you should be matured. Then emotionally, you should be matured. Then socially too, how you carry yourself about. Emotional maturity is very important.
Emotional maturity.
Emotional maturity. Assemble fear. How you carry yourself and all that. Maybe one of assembly fear not on cool. In our society, say we be banner again. I don't know. I don't know. Nyanko besu kakra. It is a bema no pursue sukrabo so akwashe dem. Oh. So no paper the numu aba.
No no wa be chore.
It's the assembly fee na feje.
Bema ni mumusua na oba ni mumu na be chichira.
Problem. Means maturity,
Now,
you see, even in that regard, how to control your temper and all that comes part of emotional maturity. Because people are not emotionally matured. You see, when they get upset, they want to throw their hands, they want to beat up the woman, they want to beat up the man.
They just speak abusive words.
Yeah, they insult you, say things that we do a people who are not emotionally matured, they are very difficult to stay with. See, so one of the aspects of every man or matured man is that they should be emotionally matured. See, because a lot of women, if you are not emotionally matured, it becomes difficult to deal with them because women are naturally very emotional, very very emotional. Movie keke oshe
no so
you be swintino one tia se na o say je na yo me me pesa ji so mo fi ha wa se asem no kwa
obeye yi asem
wa se asem no enti o go sa feje sa little thing no she mu sa one day or the very fail. So you should understand the emotions of women. Every emotionally matured man should understand the emotions of the woman. And emotional maturity is one aspect very, very, very important. Every man should be emotionally mature. So, social maturity and all that, how to behave when you go out in public and all that. There are people who are social phobia. Who do na fefo ni ade interaction we go no
second baby.
So all those things it's part of the maturity. To be matured financially, at least a crowd bit media managing who they are managing is part of the maturity. See, in Genesis chapter 2 verse 18, God said it is not good for the man to be alone. Okay, so it means the man representing someone who is mature, someone who carries some level of responsibility and all that. And you know, when it happens like that, yeah, not to say I was so different. Bear man, yeah, mature. Also, a young man, also a boy. Boys are permitted to be alone. Okay. Boys are permitted to be alone.
Boys.
Yeah, so they are permitted. You know? Yeah. So if you're a man, then it is not good for the man to be alone. You need a helpmate because every man there is assumed that because of your level of maturity and the responsibilities ahead, you need somebody to support you in a way. And you know, you need a helpmate. So God said, let's make him a helpmate because the man carries a lot of responsibility. God gave the man responsibilities. The Bible says, Abra obo enyome nyina no the bread the man say on tom. Okay, so God gave him something to do. Yeah. And so now no, then he needs to help me because a human I just in son. At least I have to plan or qua no bar or the band will be a no manage it. You know, that does not also mean say a made a ma as I said the no. And yes, I say, no, Bema betting and Wajani, or Bank betting and Wajani. Bema and Wajani, and not just so what I need to do. Like people want to put it. Like I always give the clear example, say, Mammy, and I say, Obaa, ne Baba, Aqua Wariase. So, Nase, ne Baba now, or phone and channel. Okona say nikunu eyi bibia ma no support no say me bebe papa bema benye bema weje but okona baba ma ho na ne baba ma yema oba fufuro beka say dey
oba na da ne o eyi
we chim na dwen oba na me ba na
ayo ko de besia
me koye na kwaku na o sinyere nyoma hey me brazier nyina na o si me ba na
manjira osanso.
You know, all those things, you know, one year careful, there will be disorder. You know, yeah, what you say, we are bano in the marriage, a man, assassin, you know, and yet will be the end of the person. So, what we are saying is that, and yet, solely sell Babin Wajan, that's what we are saying. At least I have only say, okay, Juma. But say be a Johnny no now so be crumple better to send me a show any idea. There's somebody you call a wife or a woman or a boy in that regard. You're not a year. After hard this work now you know all those things you know say it is not good for the man to be alone. So you should be matured in all those areas, you know. Maturity is very, very, very important. And then I also mentioned responsibility. Every husband should be responsible. Should be responsible. No, you don't need plenty money before you can be responsible. With the little you have, you know, show that
you are even able to manage it.
Yes, manage it, and then sustain the family with it, and all that. You know, at every given point, you should be putting in effort to make out something. Not to major support it, family. So responsibility, one of the signs of an ideal husband. Every husband is very, very responsible. You should be responsible. And you be irresponsible. Then a dino crampo, maybe if you say, and then me too, or say, want me about Miss McKibia.
What now? I'm buying
nothing here. No,
maybe on fanfa.
That is irresponsibility. At least I have to when you say, I get I will say you know, you try to put in effort with media sustaining family. You know, responsibility very, very important. Husband more when you be a baby and not the cobbrons no the gatable. When you behave like that, you are not responsible. You know, every husband is supposed to be very, 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 very responsible.
So say you're responsible. Or compare Juma. You say you're responsible. So you're responsible. Me say ni area. The more money you need na you be say or you know what you say no. I'm say no.
Are you responsible for the pregnancy?
Yeah, I'm responsible. It's a responsible man, but
okay. You understand your responsibility.
You know.
Yeah,
You know, or you're responsible, papa. Baby, Anna, or just another couple.
I confused. So we can talk about responsibility in so many different dimensions. Yeah, even their husbands when their wives get pregnant, like I said, they're ready for you. Even in marriage, oh,
In marriage.
yeah, in marriage. So yeah, in penetration, like I said, many people are saying, no. I know but in marriage, like I say, why don't you say me speak as someone yet? Only my baby. That is a very high aspect of your responsibility. So you should know what you want. You should know when you want it. Then your actions and everything will show that this is what I want. That is responsibility. So you should be responsible all the time. Responsible as a husband. Don't nothing there. Police I bet you work and then your wife has to be going around
Begging people to come and help or bail you out.
That is responsibility. But yes, no original station or bubbles no.
Hey.
I mean, all those things, and yet responsibility. At least you should, even in the church, and I say, in the community where you reside, you should have a particular role you are playing. It brings some level of respect. That is also responsibility. We take up rules, like in our setting in the church. It puts you in check. So all those things, we advise the ladies to look out for. Sometimes I see some of the men, some of our ladies want to, they're so head over heels in love with them. Then you say weep there, and then breakfast.
This will be just a call. But
still no. Why wouldn't say you pay on your responsible? When you start the first doing home is super big. No, they are quick. Or corner so you didn't so then the both or no one cassa. Also, no one I'm done. Although I'm can hear and I remo. If you are identifying some of these things, then say you are going to get married to somebody who is irresponsible. Okay, then Bosumi Kura and so no Casso, maybe Bosumi Wager may never be a crying, My aunt told Mobako, near Fancoma, dear mammy, and I say, or bad come out, mammy, then my dear family come out, dear mammy, no. Sometimes, you see, remember, system now running a wedding. You may not be able to do it all the time. Took me here all the time, so it's okay. But at least once a while, you show it. It's nice. It shows that you are responsible. That's we in any Obaa, CBNC, and all those things. Not them money to me responsible. So you should be responsible as a husband. Responsible. When it's time to pay the school fees for the children, then pay my per month. Then my per month, you say per month. Meanwhile, Akolano, or my coin or the bail about. See, by the time we'll be school, when you say you're be school, you should make effort to at least settle the bill. Or person can do exams near Pamakolana.
There's a maybe a not scanning.
Maybe a scanning. Oh, now after that, I do exams now at Pamakolana. I think nobody next year economic cook here. That is
I don't know, so I watch a deck. I don't
know my palm banner. I don't know who is done. So you should be responsible. Now again, you should have some form of independence. Okay. Every husband should be independent. Husband should be independent. You cannot be married and you are still dependent on your family, dependent on your father, dependent on your mother, dependent on friends, dependent on whoever, old girlfriends and all that. If you are like that, then it means you don't qualify to be a husband. You should have independence. At least, if for nothing at all. Once you are a husband, it means you have a wife.
Yeah.
So you should be able to relate, interact with your wife, and bring out solutions. Don't always be looking into the family, looking at your father, looking at your mother. And sometimes, for example, you want to find out from your father or your mother, I'm not to say messing out for.
Oh, hey, really?
Look upon castle on Wolf Prayer, and I know my main castle on Wolf Prayer.
Now we go here.
And sometimes Kampuno is the other way around. So, Obano, Ebia, away a can't say. After I'm queen now 1 year.
Okay, we become.
Emma, Mr. Media, Majimina, and want to moon, Yenna,
Hey,
into any by force, I was so bad it meaning no sound. Playing now, Bob. You don't even know what you want. If you don't know what you want, you don't qualify as a man. You don't qualify to be a husband. Remember, you are going to be the head over another person. So if you are not independent, how do you lead? How do you head the woman? So you should be independent to be able to lead, so that you don't confuse the woman. That's what I always say. Every woman looks up to the husband in a way. Into no who say own no. If I just say mama, if I just say the papa. When you say okra no, the woman will become rebellious very soon. Because when you say no, it's no be our own no. You cannot tell me you're a master. You should be a master of yourself. You should be a master in the things you do. It brings out the confidence in the woman. Say no, let me will be so I was saying me one. That if you have a baby, so I mean, could be some member. Tell me, I mean, Mr. Kwaku, the best you only need the answer. No, Esther, submitting to somebody who does not have direction will be a own to me, and seed number, and I say, own to me, who is when you're firm in the decisions you make, oh, be on to me and your firm, son, or to me submit to the person. It's a lot of women who become rebellious, not because they are rebellious, but it's because the authority they are supposed to submit to, the authority, not to name the berry. How can you be an authority and you don't know what you want? What with the direction you are going? What is the vision of the authority you carry? You don't even know. The baby to be an before. Then the woman will become rebellious. At the point you give instructions, the woman will not follow. Because when you say, "Oh, no," instead of whereabouts the answer, you know. And a lot of women have become rebellious in regard to that. So when you say bobra, when you be kakra, then away to secure a future. So when you say you kakra, you just can't know a koto and numb the here. And the kubuso, not Jenny Buso, not the Bissua. Obaa, you're no berry. At the middle best one, so you should be careful as a man. You should be independent as much as possible. Don't depend solely on your family, on your parents, and all that, on friends. So you should be independent. Then every husband should have affection. Affection, very very important. One of the qualities of every husband is that every husband should have affection. Affection for the wife, affection for the children. Look to say, Ben maybe now, really no brunner. I didn't hear any affection. Only that affection, only or dog, a manifa. A baby, there may be a picture or the come bonnet back. The bunny continue to train you. No, to show your function.
Maybe some class, and you're crying, yeah.
You should have affection. You should feel for the other person or the people in the family. Feel for them. When the woman, sometimes when the woman is going to have her menses, for instance, the monthly flow, a few days before the actual date, we have something we call the premenstrual syndrome. So premenstrual syndrome, around the time, there are a lot of hormonal activities in the woman. They have mood swings and all that. And see, before the day in Ankasana, you realize that the woman is not careful and all that. If you don't have affection, you don't understand what the woman is going through. You start shouting at them. And
also they come and then if you start some ground,
you don't understand what is happening. So, affectionately, you should try to find out what is exactly happening. Okay. Even on the day of her menstrual flow, it has its own If she's not happy, she's not, well, probably she's going through some pain and all that. Then after the cycle, they have post-menstrual. The women are very complicated. Though. If you don't understand them, you have issues with them all the time. When it happens like that, you should understand what is going on. So you realize that after the post-menstrual syndrome, for instance, a week after that, then the woman becomes all happy and all that. And she wants to have you and all around and playing because at the time, she's now ovulating. So naturally, she wants to have a feel of a man around and
the libido is high and all that.
The person has a very high libido and all that. So, on also saying, last week in Kwana make us out and this week, you're obeying to say, okay, Master Mama.
Miss me busy about
So you should understand what is going on.
Yeah, funny, huh?
I yes, I pay not there. There be no issues. So affectionately, try to understand what the woman is going through. And then once you understand what she's going through, you know how to go with her. Yeah. And then one other thing is every husband should have loyalty and contentment. Loyalty and contentment. You should be content with what you have. That is very, very important. Contentment with what you have. So you marry the woman with very good vital statistics. Then after firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn, then the vital statistics start turning into negative vital signs. Negative vital signs.
There are teachers and
I know tell me PA or program I teach you. Then when you start seeing that there is this is not what I bargained for. I mean, correct. Yeah, for fry, did not for me. That is it. Forget to say, and also when it goes through the same process now, so if it is still going to get there, then it means you have to be content with what you have. So contentment, very, very important. Then every man should have the quality of leadership. Every man naturally is born a leader. Every man is born a leader. So I was also a leader. What they say, PY is 2 years old. 2 years old. And on it, Insta sit down.
Hey.
Insta sit down. I said sit down. Look at 2-year-old boy. Giving instructions like then I looked at him and said, it is inborn. Every man is born with that quality of sit down. I said sit down. Or tell something. You see? So
so kind of first time I said Boko.
And he just said, hey, you think you're a man? So, that thing inherent in the man, gives the man that ego say me a bema, me more baby. It is like that. If you baby be a Obaa a year ago. That is why most of the time, we're going to say Obaa ni beka say bema dey or say bema ne tete no. Because Obaa tia bema until we case cry Obaa even akwala Obaa tia na but bema one man no more. Nkola mema bebree honoma when their fathers are around also but me papa this is here I'm the man now. That is what they try to say. That quality of leadership, every man is supposed to show it, especially in marriage. Because in marriage, if you don't show leadership, then it means you are all going into the day. So it means maybe I will so you should show leadership as the man, as the husband in the home. So every one of the qualities of every husband is leadership. So if you don't have leadership, then you are a suspect in the role as a husband. So leadership is very, very important. Now one other thing is that every husband should have self-love. Self-love. Maybe I would end it there. Self-love. Okay. Let me read something from Ephesians 5. maybe that one will clarify. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 28. Ephesians 5:28. Ephesians 5:28. Okay. I'll say, so ought men to love their wives. So, they should love their wives as their own bodies. He that loves his wife loves himself. He that loves his wife
loves himself.
So self-love. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love your wife. Because the explanation is that once you marry the woman, you become one flesh. And I will be any honor betting is also born one after. So if me ne Obaa be one flesh there, the bonus to try me and my bomb. It is a me domi who never into me bomb to me and who to try.
Then I won't take my wife.
Say me per se make it me home. Sana make it your Obaa. So self-love is one very important factor. I would say husband be with me in there. You know, say if you want good things for yourself, you should also want good things for the wife. That is why I always encourage a lot of the husbands to develop their wife. Don't develop yourself and leave the wife. Don't develop, whether socially, whether spiritually, and all that. So I believe strongly, say, there may be a problem. At least I your wife should be able to do something like the ultimate, also to me, be able to say no or treat no. Okay, I say because we are one flesh. If we are one flesh there, then it means that qualities are one. So develop yourself, develop your wife. One man develop your own. One day. Say Obi was throat. Obi was throat. That's our former. It's easier for the one who is down to pull you. Instead of Ube piano costume, that one is more difficult. But on no trauma performer, very easy.
You can't say I say
You know, the old castle on Kwan or spiritually, say me anointed. Or banning the joint is included. And to be a because it be do baby no we can say what bonfires are bread then they be fufu and MP kakra because when developing yenko natural kakra so you know we say one day obedi na na dey to dey be dey we insanity dey we pe obi no kakra because one more than no we start feeding kakra na so for very anointed no start to be so develop the woman. We developing and also calling pneumonia idea. It shows you have self-love. The be out there, and make a semi comment, me cause the semi. Or ban make effort, making move the house there be. Kitino, and no more. Obaa, your place is in the kitchen. You know, we are Juma Krana while we are. Number Manaka say, Guy Juma number housewife. You see, some they didn't understand what they were doing. But in this era, things are so tough, financially, economically. You know, if you want to survive the family alone, easy. So you need to develop it. You need to help the woman, and it is a sign of self-love. You know, the same thing should apply to the woman. So these are some of the qualities that every husband should have.
Wow.
There are a lot of others, but we'll limit it to this one. With time we can.
So interesting. You're still learning. The topic is the role of a husband. If you just joined, this is Mawari, and we are talking about the role of a husband. So, as I said, if you have any suggestions, and I know say Bibri Abam, so a production team, please let's make it available so that we read as we learn. Go question be na you beside papa no answer Eddie Amaye. The number is 02479079
Quiet bay. If a J, baby, if a Jana Befano, a dream next day. Say, you be a dream next day. The baby, and so leadership, guidance and all that thing is the responsibility of the head. if things move well, it is the head. If things don't move well, it is
It's the same head.
So the first rule is the head of the family. So if you are the head of the family, then you should understand the role of the head of the family, because if anything happens in the family, you hold the head responsible. Every husband, because you are talking about Christian marriage, you as a husband will determine the kind of attacks about will be seen. The kind of attack about will be seen. Say one year careful. No one to as the husband. And people keep on attacking your family. It means your role is very porous. You should determine. So as a husband, I declare nothing negative is coming into my family. And it's supposed to be so, because the husband, or the role of the husband, the head of the family, is a place of authority. So it is very, very important that the husband will assume the role of headship. And then authority in bringing up children is also part of the roles of the husband. Authority in bringing up children is part of the roles as the head of the family. Then responsibility in decision making is also part. The responsibility in decision making is also part. But you want to go on.
Let's finish with this one and then.
Right. Now, every husband has a role to love the wife. It is a role, a duty to love your wife. Okay. Because in scripture, maybe we can read a few scriptures. In Ephesians chapter 5, verse 25. Ephesians 5, verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. Now, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. So, what he's trying to say, husband, love yourselves as Christ loved the church. Does not mean say you go and kill yourself. Because Jesus Christ Edo, as a to the extent, even he died for the church, he died for the sinners, he died for the world. It does not mean say if you're a husband, you should also die for your wife. No. It means you should be in the place of sacrifice. Okay? You are ready, you should be ready to sacrifice for the wife. And yes, love love action. So the kind of things you do, the actions you take, will determine whether you love the person or not. Okay, so that is what the scripture is saying. So every husband has the role or the responsibility to love, to sacrifice. For sometimes they'll say there may be one woman will send a minister, but I will say will provide it for the family.
Yeah.
Will be our selfish, non-personal best sacrifice. No quite the best enough. So I could do a but they are ready to sacrifice. So that is what we are talking about. Sometimes if you want to sacrifice and you see the woman is not well, they'll say a no again. But there may be one man who you saw the so if you do that, you don't love the person. So sacrifice is what is being referred to as the love in this context. So every husband is supposed to love the wife, sacrifice for them. If you're ready to give, for God so loved the world that he gave. So he gave us his only begotten son, and then it was a demonstration of love. So a husband who doesn't want to give to the wife, does not really love them. You see, this is what the Bible is referring to as husbands to love their wives, love them. Okay, if the Bible is saying that, it is very difficult for men to show their love. Or the Obaa so a lot of men have this misconception. The Obaa who saw Donny Biblia, obey misbehavior, obey yourself. It's any or man who obey bonus to cross. We are not a cockle. I say yes, it kills the woman at least.
Hey.
A man to me now or they didn't me show or dog. No. Most of the time, I say, maybe I say, occasion, be not say, you better be most of the time, they are banned, better. And then my name said, I just say, maybe a baby or no, or thing of massive affair. But a man you show extra or dog, the same member. So the Bible is saying you should love the women. You should show them love. You should demonstrate love to them. Wow. Remember, I said yes, the best demonstrating or dog, actually, a man. Okay.
Hey, yo. Papa said you
That's what
Mammy kind messages back home you.
Okay.
And then a rubber.
You, ma'am, I beg you, ma'am.
Wababa. What's my regard? I have been away, but my eyes deep. Came in late. The Reverend said the birthday cake no reserve mine. Baba, meja komano.
You must say, I will.
Ene ana. Pacho.
You director the media no banner. It can be a phenomenon.
Oh. Sir, or Sir Reverend said. So that your body was so dear.
So say, at number baby.
No, and young accounts.
Okay. You can find a plan.
Oh, Rabba Oyemam, God bless you so much. Yes, the answer, I was here who were how into your show. Say, what about the my entonka? Now, your funny, my entoquaquem, your stropa. Let's hear from you. Annie, I, Rabba, say, I guess protector and provider is easy to understand. I think she commented on one of the things Papa you said. Yeah. I say priest. She's explaining some things here. Priest. Every husband must have a relationship with God. He should be comfortable leading the family in prayer because of his relationship with God. That's priest.
We're coming to that.
Prophet. Speaking words of life and encouragement into the family. When you walk with God, you are able to command what the Bible says and it works. Number partner. I say, this means being able to work well with your wife, having fun with her, and never forsaking her. For my wife and I, we are two different people. I'm extroverted. She's more introverted. She has different preferences in music and in TV, and I have different hobbies. Yet, we analyze our differences, our strengths and weaknesses, our preferences, and we begin to see beauty in it. As you, Enufi, Iraba, Oyemam, Eho. Yeah, Yami Oishwa no pa say, joining na or saying, then I midi kind and Mr. My in whom my uncle na next show, and I say, yeah, upcoming shows, no, only a papa, you are saying, it's over, but I am so I Rose.
First Peter chapter 3 verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands dwell with them according to knowledge. According to knowledge. Giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers may not be hindered. Now, to protect and to care for the wife is the responsibility of the husband.
That's right.
So you are supposed to protect the woman. You must care for the woman. Because the Bible describes the woman as a weaker vessel. Sometimes the women themselves say they are not the weaker vessel. And some men also don't agree. Because so baby now no one you some of catch no. But the Bible is describing the woman as a weaker vessel. So you should protect them. The obetinya here, Edia Buano, and Yadiano, and Francamino. You should care for them. And then who say Obaa ni na obe ya Obaa wa fefu twenty bia obewo any idea. Maybe no who do donate kakra ni. Still ya worker. Not them no can name so.
No,
TV no. Oh, me say yes I pay. Now Obaa ni to us house we pay on name na o say maybe one who so maybe we fufu no be na no pay we any. Yeah, it's no.
How much nyina?
The ebeti no be one na no pa. Machine we dia no kwa djuma.
Yehowa.
It's no. Obaa ni nya hoden, be manifest still no oye ma no. So when it happens like that, Obaa ni say we don't name.
Nti baba ya omu di omu ya okay die.
Me okay. Me okay anko. Onye so je da say we dey be sinu no. So umuna yo so umuna o dey say.
So lodi.
Isi na nim nko ade e obedi na de. So you should protect the woman. Protect her. How do you protect her? So sometimes no say their friends do on ma they say Obaa bi oyire na dan for Obaa ni change bia na Obaa konkon sankon anu bebi. Na de. So the bi so Obaa your suffer ho asem.
No dey ba.
All those things if you don't protect them, that's the bia na Obaa no the bad. That could semba ebe fraud and me. Because some mobile me kind no.
You no kind. No so.
Me kwa na ni kunu e o dem. Ebe fraud and me.
Nso so na kwa waju mponi ho.
Who say relationship and friendship be a common no. It is the duty of the husband to elect the woman say. When you pass me say onu yes I do na emwa o ho. Enya ye. Obaa ni buwa o kan obi ti. Oba bi also a ni nya cha ni nton. Onu a no person ye de ofe. Nti okwa na okopema no aba. Yes idea. O kan obi ti. So you protect the woman. So protect her because she's the weaker vessel. So that is the role of the husband. Sometimes it's so nice. Yeah. Have you seen the situation where Obaa ni die and I'm friend die? Then the man comes around. Maybe I tested the way the number you knew and they're not into one better. So it's so nice. It's so nice. It's so nice. Some of these things, these are petty things. That's it. Then they go back to we are also focusing in the Bible. It's true in the Bible. But these petty things are the woman acknowledges it.
Yeah.
And then once I obey that, I dream say, oh, the man or dream collect any idea only my bonny being to because I will now I school near there or you're one of the you see. Sometimes maybe in the night you get up, you pray over them, for them to pray. Sometimes you check all the windows and make sure the doors, make sure everything is locked. You are protecting the family. It is your duty. I do an adua.
What do you can crack on that crowd?
Or
Sakrana.
Into no, and I do the honor so to say, I confirm we were on the idea. I think I may do that. If you could only
where to win him.
Oh, Berman, oh, yeah, then. Could I one class? So,
well, no, to
protect and care for the family, is very, very important. It's one of the important roles of the husband in the family or to the wife. So, protect and care.
Well, I pay na mate iraba or troy.
Okay.
So explain and I guess protector and provider is easy to understand.
Okay.
No, she didn't explain, so she made us understand. I know this. If a husband protects you,
okay.
Yeah.
So it's very important. Sometimes because a man no yakra to the beer. Maybe I know a yakra. Ebi man no yakra. So you almost as some almost can yeah the bonus. So one protecting and one to know
when you money I said
the shin when him. Now
I just credit card account.
Also to mean it's also protect your body. The kind of actions will take in here again one wife now no opportunity to travel out. And if you not attend say I do how you come. And Obaa no say baby. Now microphone come in and down for the cup. Not baby. In him say idea we scam. You know the husband was trying to protect the woman. Obaa who by say Obi in the secret free and Obi in the secret. Okay. And the Obaa said baby, I know what I'm doing. So Okoji loan with my salary and I'm doing another college. When you put your scan you the number of friend could be.
Oh.
It's scanning
So Obaa be
for the next years ahead, what has happened here, and say he refused to be protected by the family. Okay. And apart from that, he say, subsequently, or how it's not the problem,
because
you can well, yes, sir. Obaa, if you don't allow your husband to protect you, no, we are not talking about situations where some of the men can be overprotective. Okay, men person will be for them, that is you are being overprotective. Okay, but you make sure say the person understands why you are saying what you are saying and the implications of disobedience and the man here. The bear no by reasoning say so you protect the person, but you should also train the conscience of the person. So wife training the conscience. So not to say to me determine say we yeah. So that is it about caring. Then you must also provide for the family. Provide for them. Anyway, First Timothy 5:8. Very interesting. First Timothy 5:8.
So from Pacho, be First Timothy, no, make 1 or 2.
Yeah.
This is from Reverend Evans. He's watching. I say one of the qualities is also leadership. But in some cases, the women who have some positions as pedigree in the society tend to lord over the man. So let's all learn from today's discussion. Reverend Evans, or PMFE, and I say, or so say, and a discussion, yes, yani pana. And ma be no more. Enya dibia kakra omo ha adwempa kakra bo mu nsem na chese omo dwen se
no masu dwen be dem mane fifi kukum be fifi kukum obe prafra be senior ma because Obaa dey
yes ebia Obaa no ne ho ache no fa bi so na ebia ofasa ombua no but or for see and e dey wadwuma ama
so one year we need ono be stand am out that's all yeah.
Ayo, Baba say Obeba, or she should get in touch. She should come.
That's it. All right.
So,
in First Timothy 5:8, if any provide not for his own family, and especially for those of his own house, he has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. What is the first? There may be when to me and show no any fee. Wafiase. We Fiji in him. Or no need be bunny say. I mean, person the pin cano. Say ubi ain't share or no any nipa. Any tissue ni fear for Papa Gidi. Na oye unipa bonny, as in dear on you. As the pin the cano. Or you nipa bonini, as in dear on you. So that's your curiosity. And one of the responsibilities of every husband is to provide for his own home, provide for your home. It is a very big error if you don't provide for your home and you provide for people outside. Okay, you should provide for your own home. For your home, very very important. I'm not saying so providing for people outside that. No, that's not what I'm saying. But make sure say you are providing for your own home. In a big show support you. Akebia ubetimi. And sana which we need to want to. Error, big error. Say, Bema and I say husband. Say me the muntre come. Emuno. The problem thing I make up for your doye. And no man more spiritual. What I say. No, and no chess we are more spiritual. So me didn't mean mad common yum. I mean can't perform. No, I know my own spiritual. At least by the virtue of this scripture, you should take care of the people of your own home. After you can also take care of people outside. So you want my you're very rude or no one for one friend and crop for but you see as we do about all nice, so romantic, so
Papa B. Well, he's no more with him. But at Yaseno, Okobang, now Upia, Osiao, Abontin Suni, Obey, what they come up. In so bedufia. Oh, you mother.
A view of how we do people on this kind of thing, or the tire boom. And I know MPB or more interview. No, yeah, I brought it by you. No interview, no, a sauce no. Kappa will do a sauce on the tire boom.
Osrako, Akron,
confused, a day we saw Costudia. Oh, I was so man for food because I knew the sauce. Na camera na pick no.
Oh, oh, we just have some hygiene.
Papa. Some hygiene. Little, no.
Yeah, some.
And you know, I was say you should take care of the people of your own home, your wife, your children. Take care of your needs. And you say, yeah, you will provide everything. That's not what you are saying. But at least the best sustain your money at the end of the day. If you have the means, make the effort to do it. Don't neglect your home and think you can go outside and be all nice to other people and all that. The OSI is not the truth. It's a lie. Take care of the people of your own home, according to 1 Timothy 5:8. And then after that, you can take care of other people too and all that. You know, and you say you will be selfish, and not as any. Then Kwan feed the main common outside is known. That's what we are saying. But you should make the effort to help others too. You know, take care of your home, provide for their needs, pay their fees, pay the rent. If your wife is willing to help you and all that, so accommodate it. Or appreciate it and all that. So that when we say or no, so the effort no putting, you acknowledge it and you appreciate it. So all these things, so to say or software, when it comes to that, it could be a software need to be default. So maybe you see can you yeah. So when you a month now, come yes, one so person has to be here. You must follow what the Bible says. So Obaa no uko any na ba na Obaa no we muna ne numa. Unya
breka na ade osia ade yi.
Asumdie mrefu ebe boa wo so ejuma osofo. And all the other categories of men, husbands, you know, making sure say there's peace at home. By taking care of your family, taking care of your wife, making your wife happy. If your wife is happy, a lot of things will move on well for you. Because if your wife is not happier, let's say so. An unhappy wife will be this question of an unhappy wife. An unhappy wife is a manifestation of the devil himself. That is the biggest question. So if the woman is not happy, let's say so. Only someone can stand a better. Let's say so, Papa. Come on, what's any it's all person to media. Then make the wife happy at home. Provide for them, care for them, protect them. You would also be happy. So maybe the last thing I would say. Because now for them maybe because say brand I brand sir. Into fairness and ya can do so the best chef region. The last thing I'll say so that we continue. All right. Since Papa the last one no messages na aka no. Carrie's page next to the Facebook, Mama and Sa and can you monitor na sorry you know esto. Ane and you know about that last the last one I would mention is that the duty of every husband is to provide for the wife sexually. What about your consentancy? Every husband has the responsibility, the duty or the role to provide for the wife sexually. Okay. Don't deny your wife sex for whatever reason. I mean, my best
Nti na ni na papa me kai o.
Yeah.
Sa Mr. Mo for say me refia. Am kai me wate. The last row we no. Papa so be chire mu.
E chire mu yipa. The call into details.
Obema bia no. Okunu bia husband bia no. Was said yes say obe provide
for the wife.
For your wife.
Sexually.
Yeah. And I'm a partner. Word none of a partner.
It's not too big. No. It's not too big. To provide for the wife sexually is not too big.
So, it has been a wonderful discussion. It has been a wonderful discussion. Bishop Columbus 1. For my time's up. Yami own shroud. Bishop say, "O ni share na ye ni na ye di jumedi kama. What's my business?" I say, "Please greet there for me." Okay, please greet there for me.
Oh.
I'm Benes from Nkoko.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Say, if I show.
Oh, I say, "Whoa."
Benes from Nkoko say, "Uchiao pa omawajo." Ani, inti Benes say, "Ojo so na yamisha say o say mawari enyimri." Aha. So, but what kind of Benes?
Benes back to well, maybe I'm in the but.
Dos. Students. Yeah,
program.
Inti Benes nyame onsha pa say o share program and then you move from Nkoko. Yeah. And God bless everyone who joined us this evening too. God bless you so much. We love you, we appreciate you, we cherish you so much. We are praying that all that we are learning here, you would take it into practice. You won't just listen to what we are saying here, but you will take it in good heart and then you practice it. Because from the scratch, from the onset, like oh yeah, the bebwa ama warrior na so relationship no emu ayehwam emu ayekama ebe te say abenkwa yede prekese atum sa fe ebe tuhia kama ede amao enti no yade ejumadi eba awiye no papa ene wantia apostle
say the common equated from the beginning.
Because you are beba o
and papa apostle George Messiah minister the pa nipa o akoma papa the casting and minister no peja nipa efamai na me mbɔ ne ho ban o ma ne nkwasen o koso a ndi dwuma pa na meja sensa na ono ne fresh nti na nyame adom enyo ma so fefe nyina eti ebe nyame ase ema papa ya babo no edin se mo edin so koma ye mame edi reverend Irene Timothy. Oh, she's a wife, she's a good woman, or support him papa.
Easy.
No, for the other day papa made a statement so ono otumi eka our SM na nani age no tumi ni rate na no bon koma na pese nani age.
Wow.
And me na be pay any idea because of our mother lady reverend Irene. God bless her so much for everything, every support, every help is given to our father in the ministry of life. Namishano. Now more than home by Samaya. They are so funny now. Yeah, lady reverend and that's what can do. Yeah, my wife, Namishano, so for and also the branch. So the ministry,
yeah,
she knows what goes into it. The sacrifices you have to make and all that. You know, once you have a wife who understands those things, a boy also is going to give it to make it. So they are combat no for understand the system. So I mean, the whole day. I've been so engaged the whole day.
Oh.
And I'm not sure I've stayed in the house for even 1 hour.
Yeah,
moving up and down, attending seminars, attending programs for church members and all that. Anyway, but because you understand say saa na wɔsɛ adwuma no kɔ ɛne adeɛ nti no ɛno nhyira no hospital for next for hospital staff hospital for government hospital I mean for me so say a lot of people are listening to us from NMTC or via NMTC.
Oh wow.
A lot of the students watch us.
Wow. Misrabo, papai kabiya, binya misrabo. Ani, tapete. Grandma, so me kasi na misrabo be. So one, misrabo. Dada bija being, God bless you so much. Obibia, our shame na. Abigail Damia, God bless you so much. Kasi na misrabo nyina, kasi bubodi na. Oh. You better not have Obaa. You better time na yes Sunday mo. It's no more my emfa NC ha. Obi bia o mo share ni na Yankopon Instagram. Bedomo. Ye ni so mo bebre. The production team mo nyina Reverend Evans Agbanyaga Eli Clean. Your head. Because Yankopon Instagram. Say all the time you organize ye na umajumedi. Eba eshisha so kama ene etire ho no mo abomma because emrantie ne mabawani na abegum ai omo nyina abegum little o see a friend little then so oye big.
It's not a little man.
Yeah, little wo ho Mickey wo ho Lilibet wo ho just a baby Janet omo girls. Because I may be body, maybe I'm a miracle of you. Eaton and so ho. It's Munina, a casting a couple insha Munina, say, your framework, Moba, na Moma Jumedi, a costo, na a sumpo, Nami own shramo. My warrior Jumedi is so any. A customer warrior, no, I just said, our repa, Next week, you best sign Eddie Jumedi and Abro, you best why and come to Chiano, Esso. Into Sene or Shaya. Katrobi, then you sneer ye na next week. O mama mekaya ho na ye ntoaso na ye sneer de. Ane. Meka se me do bebre. Odofo o wife, uniaba, o chocho mucho. Ni na ba ko pe, Obaa Kunadu. Macron.